All right, today I'd like to do a little book review on the book of abramelin. This one was published by Ibis Press in 2006. This is the best copy you're going to get, and that's not just my opinion. That's the opinion of scholars that are scholarly about this occult stuff. This is a grimoire, okay? Now, the first publication of this came out in English in the late 1800s by Samuel L. Mathers, the former leader of the Hermetic Order of the Golden Dawn. He had a French manuscript that I believe dated back to the 1700s, and it was simply just incomplete, so his English translation was incomplete. This one is coming from the first German manuscript, which dates back to 1608. So that's the first manuscript of this actual grimoire. Again, this one came out in 2006, Ibis Press. This is the best one you're going to get. This German cat here was an actual occultist. The foreword here is by another occultist who belonged to the OTO, as did Aleister Crowley, and Aleister Crowley is synonymous with this ritual. The translator I can't get a lot about through my research. I know these two guys were friends, so we have two occultists on this text. So this is the best one you're going to get. So if you're going to consider reading about the Book of abramelin or actually practicing the ceremony out of the Book of abramelin, this is the best one you're going to get. This is complete. It has all the magical squares. Mather's French copy had the magical squares, but they were just simply incomplete with letters missing and all that jazz. This has it all. This is it. So what is this ritual all about? So, okay. This is about getting in touch with your holy guardian angel, all right? Now, when I say holy guardian angel, you're thinking this is angelic magic, like John Dee, Enochian stuff, but no, you're dealing with dark forces here. So this is bringing your light and your dark forces together in unity to accomplish what you want to accomplish. The first part of this book is simply just a story about Abraham von Worms, or Abraham of Worms, Worms, Germany. And it's a story of his travels. He traveled extensively, and he came across mystics and practitioners, and most were fraudulent, except for this one cat named abramelin, okay? So Abraham encountered abramelin and wrote this book basically to his son Lamech. So this is basically a story about his travels and how most magical practitioners are fraudulent from what he encountered. But the actual ceremony doesn't start till book 3 here. So as I said, there's reading here, but it's a good story. Read it. And the story, again, this is a grimoire. If you've read grimoires, you know dates are just question marks. As the story goes, this was written in the 1400s, but again, as I said, the first manuscript showed up in Germany in 1608. So there's that. Now, actually doing this ceremony or ritual, there's a lot of work here. There's a lot of prayer work. There's celibacy. There's restricted diet. The restricted diet is not like, it's not super difficult. I've read this book before. I actually own it now, so I can really study it and dissect it. But there's a lot of red flags in this book too. No one can adhere to the ingredients on the abramelin oil or the abramelin incense. They say you can do this ceremony, which lasts 18 months, in a house or outside. So there's a lot of stuff you're going to work around, which is, I guess it's kind of frustrating. But then again, if you're dealing with grimoires, you have to work around stuff because they're dated. It's dated material. I mean, the first manuscript came out in 1608, so you got to figure cultures and time frames. Totally different. So, and if you're a magical practitioner like I am, you're going to know you're going to have to work around stuff like that. And I still say you can do it, but trying to do something out of a grimoire, especially a historical grimoire, verbatim, is almost impossible. I mean, there's newer grimoires now where you can do that stuff, but the old stuff, it's dated. It's dated language, it's dated culture, and historically you have to consider that when you're reading these. You just can't jump in there and act like you're going to verbatim this stuff, because even Crowley didn't verbatim this. And The story behind the Crowley story behind this is he attempted to do this at Bleskin House in Scotland, and he had the copy of Mather's because they were buddies, and Mather's copy was incomplete. So he didn't finish it at Bleskin House, but eventually he did finish the abramelin Crowley, either in Egypt or China, I don't remember which. But now the abramelin ritual is like a big part of the practice of Thelema, which is the religion that Crowley invented. So there you go. And it's all worked around. Because whatever you want to say about Crowley, and a lot of historical stuff, well, not historical stuff, but a lot of stuff you see, documentaries or whatever about Crowley is all it's just bull crap. Crowley, yeah, he was debaucherous, but Crowley was probably the first chaos magician before the term chaos magic ever was termed, which it wasn't even a term until the late or the middle 70s. Yeah, it was 74 or 75 when, I don't remember his name, came out with the Book of Chaos Magic. But anyway, he was a chaos magician. He just did stuff, and he did it the way he wanted to do it. He didn't verbatim old grimoires, because it's almost impossible to do something out of a grimoire verbatim, especially historical grimoires. So that's my tidbit on that one. But if you want to get in this book, Ibis Press, 2006, this is the best copy. I want to actually do this, and I'm not a ceremonial magician at all. I'm a ritual magician. So this is going to be my first ceremonial magical practice, and I'm actually going to live stream this when I do it. And this book's not going to cost you a lot of money. I'm showing you right now. I bought this book used, and it looks brand new. And it's not because I haven't read it. I read my books twice. I just keep my books in, good format. But yeah, I think I paid $25 for this book on eBay. If you want the actual brand new book with a dust cover, which I don't have, it's going to run you about $30 for this book from Ibis Press, 2006. $30, maybe 40. I'm not sure. I haven't priced it. But get into it. Let me know what you think in comments. I mean, if you've done this, even if you tried to do this out of the SL Mather's copy, let me know. Let me know what's going on. I mean, the only danger I think with doing this operation would be something they call magical psychosis. If you do not know what magical psychosis is, it's basically performing a ritual or a ceremony and you kind of go mad, or at least you have a complete mental breakdown. So I think that's the only danger here, from what I've read. So do good works. I'll see you next time, and happy travels.